Welcome back to all the crackers in the box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. So, yeah, this is something I've had on my table on and off because I really want the yarn from this shirt. This shirt was extremely uncomfortable, did not fit right, and I didn't really like the styling of it, but I love the sparkly yarn. See how sparkly? Oh, that's really nice. So I have some ideas of things I'd like to make or add this to, so I'm trying to frog this. And this is a retail sweater, so wish me luck, because I mean, look at how thin this is, how loose it is. So let's see if I can get this going, because I definitely would like this yarn. I think this would make something really pretty, being of course that it's a really nice silvery gray with silver in it. Works for me. So anyways, thanks for joining me today, and let's get taking this bad boy apart. So obviously I've been working on this on and off for quite a while. You can tell because, you know, look at that. To all this being torn apart. It is a knitted job, but I'm not quite sure how they put it together. I think it was a machine-made one. Well, I'm absolutely certain it's a machine-made one. There was a tag on it. There's a tag on the side. But I cut a few of the spots, I think is what I did, because they were not coming apart. And now I gotta figure out where I want to start balling things up. Because look at how much they reinforce that, which is great. But I really would like to reclaim this yarn. This shirt was not in the best shape. It was just very lifeless and not that nice. You would think it was nice, but no, I just didn't do it. It just didn't do anything for me. So because I know it being something that a thrift store had actually rejected because it just wasn't selling. And I mean, these grays go to this darker charcoal color, so that is even more exciting for me, especially with my middle daughter outgrowing absolutely everything really quick, and my younger daughter, she gets the middle daughter's clothes, but the middle daughter really needs some new sweaters. All her sweaters are not fitting anymore. She has one out of the ones I've made that actually fits her, and like today she really wanted to wear one of the other ones, and they're just a little short on the arms, don't quite fit the way she'd like them to. She likes her stuff super oversized. And yeah, so that's fun. But I was thinking this would be very nice. I could easily make a loose something, some sort of loose stitching with this. Oh, that looks like this is a spot that's going to come apart nice and easily. I'm just trying to find a good place to start from. And that is half the battle of taking apart a factory-made item. It's not the same as taking apart things that are handcrafted. You likely will have a better chance. With factory-made stuff, there's a good chance you may have to sacrifice a bit of your material just to even get it started, because like look how that's really tangled. And I'm sure this shiny stuff doesn't help very much, because it can be very clingy, and well, we've all dealt with tinsel, haven't we? Christmas tinsel, that's what it reminds me of. Here's a piece of it just isolated here. It's got a bit of a rough feel to it, but look at that sparkle. I love that. Love that. even if I just end up making a top for myself, something lightweight for like Christmassy season, New Year's, you know, all that good stuff. All right. Okay, this looks like not an end. I thought it was an end. Oh, goodness. I am just trying to find a spot to jump off from. Once I got it started, I know it's just going to rip apart like nothing. Ah, here's a good place too. As you can see, that is where a seam is. And that's probably one of my best places to start from. One moment while I grab a really small crochet hook. All right, I have seam rippers. I really do. They just seem to have been misplaced recently, and I don't know. We're just having the worst time finding them lately. Okay. So I'm going to try the crochet hook before I get to the needle, just because I would like to pull the pieces apart is, I think, what my best bet is. So we're just going to start taking out. And that's actually really nice too. Oh, okay. I really like that. I'm going to save that as much as I can too. So we're going to try our best not to do too many snippies, and we are going to continue carefully pulling this bad boy apart. Simply because I really want this yarn. I do. I know that seems a little crazy, and a lot of people would not go to this extent, but I haven't seen yarn like this anywhere. And even if I did, it would probably be out of my price range. So, because it is soft. It is very, very soft. I don't know what it's made out of. I'm not too worried about that. Being that it has this sparkly stuff, I probably wouldn't want to put it in my dryer. I just don't like putting shoes and metal through my dryer. I think that's a little dangerous. Could wreck the machine. Not my idea of a good time. Okay, let's see where you go. You're right here. I see you. I see you now. So this is going to be exciting for me for something a little bit different. But I mean, I fast fashion and all that kind of stuff kind of worries me. So I'm trying to find little ways that I can help. I mean, it's not a lot, but you know, everything helps. At least you hope it does, right? Okay. You are just twisting me around, aren't you? Giving me a full twist around. Go right there. Okay, so I got this bit out, and this looks really interesting. So this looks like it was crocheted, and everything was sewed into it. So that's very interesting. Very interesting technique. And I find by dismantling things like this is kind of like the kids who take apart electronics. They learn a ton about how things work on the inside and all that good stuff. Kind of feels like that when I'm doing this. It's supposed to be a lovely, lovely, lovely week weather-wise. Some taxes to do. Some house cleaning. Oh, I gotta go to the library. Got a lot on my plate this week. Well, I got a couple weeks on the taxes, but I like to get them done as soon as possible. So that's going to be one of my priorities this week. Not stressing about it at all, just get it done. Off the to-do list. That's That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, so we are a little bit wrapped in there. Interesting. Interesting. Because I would assume by having this wrapped the way it is, that it'd be really difficult for it to actually start unwinding. So that is quite different, and I'm quite intrigued by that. And there we go. And love it. Alright, so I've got this little tag here. And I've lost the plot. See, it's just all tangled and all messed up. I think this part is probably going to have to be cut, but over here, I think I found a piece to pull off. This probably goes down to here, which is attached all the way over here. Okay. So we're getting a little bit of loosening up, and this is right on a seam, so that is going to make it a little more tricky. See, that's the seam right there. So we're just going to loosen it with my fingers. And yeah, I'm using like a bunch of different techniques to do this. Like part of it is just like finger loosening. Like you go like this, you pull it apart a little, and it should help pull it. But I'm trying to keep my pieces as long and as intact as possible. It is probably going to end up not working fully on some parts of it, but the attempt is being made. Okay. I think right here might be a spot I might actually have to start snipping, but I think this part here is the part that I'm going to have the time of my life. Once it gets going, I know it's just going to flow. It's just going to be like doof, 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 done, 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 just because of the way that they're done. It's a nice stitch though. Looks good. Now they really wrapped this, and that's pretty cool. I have much respect for that. Because as I'm seeing, this really is quite difficult to undo, so I can't see this being something that would like loosen up very easily. It would take a lot of time, a lot of wear, a lot of washing before it might do that. So that's pretty nice. In a world of everything built to break, it's nice to have something that isn't going to break on you. Okay. Okay, sorry I had to take a little break. Something came up that I needed to get done. So we're over here trying to make an honest woman out of this beautiful piece. And yeah, this one didn't fit quite right. Like, it was made good for a mannequin, but it did not fit me properly. Other people tried it, they didn't like it either. Like, it looked really nice, and then you put it on and you're like, yeah, no, this is not made for a actual human. Even if you had absolutely no curves and you're straight up and down, all that, it still would be an awkward fit. It was just one of those ones where, you know, you see it on the rack, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you see it on an actual human and you're like, no, that wasn't made for everybody. That is a very, very, very few people would actually be able to pull that off. And I don't think even if you were super thin, all that good stuff that most fashion is made for. I feel like I'm about to step on a landmine, being very careful how I word things. Trying to anyway. So if I've offended anyone, I apologize, but what is the truth of fashion is it's geared mostly towards people very young and very, very thin. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, I'm feeling like that should come through there, but at the same time it shouldn't. So I'm supposed to be I'm going to say probably around here, because this looks like it's like everything's sewed into that, or stitched into that. See what I mean? There's like a seam, but it's not a seam. If I could figure out how to pull this apart a little bit more, I probably could get a bit further, because you see on the side here, I was able to pull some of it apart. See, we're pulling here, we can pull this, and all this will start coming, but then I end up with this big pile of stuff when I'm just trying to find a good end to start with. If I can get an end, I should be able to keep going. This looks like an end. This does. But it is really wrapped into here. And that looks like an end too. Wow, looks like I got two ends here. And what I think this is that this is covering where the ends are so they don't come out. That looks like an end as well. Okay. Okay, I'm going to switch to my needle. Yeah, this one's going to take me quite a while to do. I was considering just cutting the seams, but I feel like I kind of want to save as much as I possibly can. So we're just going to continue trying to pull this one apart here and there. This is not like an everyday, all day kind of thing. I'm not in a big rush for this yarn, but I do kind of want to claim it. Yes, that is nice. That is what I needed right here. Because it is sewed right in to this little piece to keep it together. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to take a look at this little knot here. Oh, yep, come on. You know you want to come out. Come through the knot. Get you out of the way. See, I think I found my good spot to begin. Really getting this thing actually taken apart properly, not just loosening up. Oh, see, oh yeah. Looks like I got an end. I got an end over here. That looks like it connects to there. So I need to keep on, keeping on, as they used to say back in the days of old. Anyhow, I will be back at some point with this to continue on with this. I might be further along, I don't know, who knows. Either way, this is a long-term piece of reclaiming, and I have had this on the channel before, and then I just dropped it for like a year, just left it in a bag, looked at it and going, ugh, it's so overwhelming, but I still want to do it. So it's a matter of mind over matter. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.